First lesson I learned was don't go out to open homes until you have your pre-approval or budget sorted at the very least. Now, this would have saved me heaps of open homes on Saturdays, but I was looking in areas that were well out of my budget, almost $200,000 out of my budget. So I had to change my whole strategy again. So I remember the year was 2020 when I wanted to purchase my first home. At the start of the year in March, COVID happened, so we couldn't go about getting a pre-approval. We're let out of lockdown in June. Now, in June, my mum and I went to Western Sydney and we looked at a property in Hoxton Park area. Now, it was a really nice home in a cul-de-sac, 3-bedroom, decent square meters of land. And that was the first step for me, was actually going in there and looking at the property and saying, this is where I want to invest in. This is what I want to buy. Now, the property sold for $647,000. At that point, it was my duty to go to my broker at the time and get a borrowing capacity. Now, when I went to see my broker at the time, these were the conditions I had back in 2020. So I was on $65,000 a year in salary, had a HECS debt, single with no dependents. Interest rates were about 1 to 2%, and I had about $60,000 in savings. Now, if you can guess my borrowing capacity, it was well off the first home I actually was looking at. My max borrowing capacity was $420,000 with a max purchase price of $480,000. Now, I was stumped when I heard that borrowing capacity and I didn't understand why it was that low.